Just recognize very quickly our production team, our creative team, our playwright, Mr. Michael Jacobs. My brother, Michael.
I just want to say thank you and the whole WPTT team who are doing something really remarkable in this nation. That they are providing a space to create art, not just present it. And so this is a wonderful opportunity for us to do something new. And that mission, they're so invested in that mission, along with presenting for, I'm not the performer. They're so invested in that mission. I think that this is the benefit of that. That they're so focused on creating art. Susan is here. I just want to recognize Susan as having. So Susan is my partner in crime. She is the dramaturg for this production. She has worked with me many hours in these projects. She came down for a 3-hour show to work with us. I really appreciate all of your time and your patience and your contributions. Thank you so much.
I just want to recognize Susan too for writing a timeline that everybody took home with you. If you got the little skinny timeline, and those amazing lobby panels that tell all the history of Ruby and her time in Iowa. Thank you, Susan.
It's such a special experience for everybody. Thanks so much. The music. For a while, the first year, I sat next to a pianist or mini pianist with tunes playing out of my head. A black woman who shot a black man. A black woman who shot a white man. I changed the whole play. And thanks to this wonderful woman to my right, the executive director, Julie, who believes in me and always, although she keeps the tight rein on the wallet of WPTT, Julie and this board of directors believe in Nick Jacobs and what we do here at WPTT. At WPTT, I'm an actor, so I can project. And never really waned on that. They believe in me, and they believe in the work that we go into the studio and do. Thank you. And they look at me and say, no, Nate, that's off the table, we can't do it. They really believe in the work. And so when I decided to do this story, they were behind it 100%. 3 years, and Gene was like, wait a minute, we like produced this show 3 times. So thanks for believing in Ruby. Saigo Black are presenting sponsor. Thanks for believing in us always, Saigo. So this year, third time around, first I went to Mike and I said, we need a dramaturg. And then Susan literally like miracleized into our lives and was the perfect godsend. And then I said, I need somebody with experience with this music. I said, it's really been me and some wonderful, talented musicians that have been doing some wonderful work at WPTT. This one needs experience. And lo, who walks through the door is Nehemiah Luckett. Wonderful big smile on his face and such a wonderful love and passion for music. It has been such a total delight to work with you. I mean, this guy, as these songs were building, he sits in the theater like a kid. And I look over and I say, oh my God, you are such an inspiration because Baby For You is real. And thank you so much, Nehemiah. He's done the composing this music. He and the other man I'm going to talk about, Dan Wells, who came to one song design and ran up to me one day and say, what about this new musical you're doing? And that was God said too. Gentlemen, y'all are the dynamic duo when it came to the music of WBTT and the music of Ruby, this musical. We could not have gotten this product without your talents and your gifts. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I found out yesterday was a fashion show up in here, so I had to put on a little something nice. But I am just so grateful for this opportunity. Coming here and being a part of this production has been a joy. It has been a light. There have been moments of difficulty, but we have always come out on the other side with more knowledge, with more strength, with more community. And that is just such a gift in a place, and especially in a theater. I'm going to take a moment and speak from my co-composer hat, and working with Nate Jacobs. I'll get this for you. Working with Nate Jacobs.
I try to eat fast. I never get to eat it these days.
Sitting next to him at a piano is to know someone who is just bursting with music, who is bursting with melody, who is just exploding with musical ideas.
Okay.
And in order to be there and to help nurture and doula these melodies into life, bringing them into the experience of Ruby was one of the great joys of my life up till now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna take off my co-composer hat and put on my music supervisor hat. And first, I'm going to turn and say thank you to Julie. When I had written into my contract that I would be working with arranging and organizing the music department, Julie definitely looked me straight in the face and was like, our music department is usually one person. And I was like, well, let's see what we're going to do about that. So having the support of the theater, having them welcome me into the office, all of those times when I came, it was like, I'm printing the score again. Yep, that's going to be another 320 pages for 19 people. Sorry! Refill that ink, please. And you have just been so kind and really opened up the offices and the world of WBTT. I'm going to take off my music supervisor hat and put on my co-orchestrator hat. Put on my co-orchestrator hat. Woo-wee! So, first I'm going to say, you can do a lot with music, right? Music is a universal language. It is beautiful. It allows you to express things that words cannot express. But in order to do that, first, you must be heard. So I would like to thank the sound team here. Patrick and Alex, thank you so much for making us heard in this beautiful way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is just such a woo-wee. Being up there with Patrick while he is manning the board, driving that machine, it is just a wonder. And this band, oh my goodness. Each and every one of you. Jamar on keys 2, his 12th show with WBTT. Henley on drums. Richard is our reed player, and I need you to know a wonderful sub who has been here and has been working and really getting to know the score. Thank you. And also on guitar, we have the son of Susan, our dramaturg, Dan, who is just making such beautiful things happen that it's really the first time where I was like, with every song, I was like, thanks to Dan, this Dan, every song would go through and be like, how much guitar can I add? Should I add more guitar? Because he's gonna do something amazing with it. It's just such a joy, such a joy. And the final part of my co-orchestrator hat is just thanking my co-orchestrator, the music director, the keyboard programmer, my co-copyist, the sound designer, the vocal coach, the vocal arranger. Let me tell you, when I asked...
I think I'm missing a couple hats.
Yeah. When I asked for a music department, I got one. There was one other person, but I got one. And Juanita, I was going to name Juanita for coming in. But then, I could not have done this without you. It has been the fact that we've only known each other for 4 months, and I seriously feel like you're my brother. And this is all you gotta know. My actual brother is here right now. 11 hours from Jackson, Mississippi. So I'm just gonna close this out and saying that working with these two brothers has, one, reminded me of the deep love that I have for my brother. He was the person who got me into music. I would sit and watch him playing the piano. I would be at the feet of my mother, who is also here in church choirs. And someone once said to me when I was co-opting the copier machine in the office, and they said, you know, now that you know how everything works here, I hope you'll come back, because being in a show in WBTT is being in a family. And I truly feel that, and I'm so honored to bring my family here. My husband is also there. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the board another 6 weeks. So I'm just so honored to be a part of this family. I am so grateful. I know it took a lot of time to talk, but I was wearing a lot of hats, y'all. So I had to talk a little bit for each of those hats. And now I'm going to turn it over to the one and only Dan Sanderwell.
I wore a lot of hats. I will not be talking nearly as long. Love you, buddy. Yesterday I talked about the show. I talked about what the show meant. Tonight I am struck by and want to talk about just a bit about the people. And specifically, the cast. I don't know if you all understand some of the things that you have done and the implications for what they mean. So for example, Ben, where are you at? Do you realize that you have now added into the canon an actual pop rock contemporary song that a baritone can sing? Do you realize that? In front of me to sight read and say, oh, I want to play Be Careful from Ruby. I'll be performing that and go, not as good as Ben, not as good as the original. I also want to talk about 2 other people. I want to talk about specifically Katara and Ashley Elizabeth. The simple fact of what you have done, and I don't know if it's sunk into you yet. I mentioned it once to you in week 1. Do you realize that you have created and originated a role that young black women are going to aspire to just as much as Effie and Girls, Tyrion, Laura McKay Bell, Angelica Schuyler, the people to speak, because at the end of the day, I just put notes on a page. I never perform any of them. I don't sing any of them. I don't present any of them. You all were the instrument to tell this story. And I am so grateful and still get so many chills every day listening to the fact that look at the life that I get to lead blessed by God, and I cannot believe that this is what I get to do. And I get to watch you create this stuff. I get to listen to the band crush it in that band room every day. That is amazing. To the cast, to Julie, Nate, to Michael, to Nehemiah, to all of our donors, and to all of our patrons that have helped to bring this show into life. You have spoke it into existence, and God willing, let's go to New York. We're waiting in the wings!
I remembered one more thing. This is the 25th year that WBTT is in existence. This miracle year. And over the years, there has been so much beautiful work, so many new musicals, so many of the canon of Black musical theater. It has been amazing. And I hope that Ruby proves to you that the next 25 years should be about building and expanding that canon even more.
Yes. So y'all see all this passion I can work with. Other creatives that have with Ruby, properties manager, Annette Rizel, costume designer, isn't that here? Andrea, Aurora, costume designer. Civic designer, Jeffrey Weber, Jeffrey, production manager, Kevin White. Production stage manager, Lizzie. Yes. We already talked about the dramaturge and the playwright, assistant stage manager, Casey Lee. Lighting designer, Ethan Bell. We already talked about the wonderful Patrick Lucini and Alex Judd, sound design. Austin Jacobs, Michael Jacobs' son. Austin, get up. My nephew. All of the energy and the slides that make that stage beautiful. This man designed it. That's his oldest boy. The intimacy director, Braxton Ray, that helped with all that Ruby and doctor stuff. Choreographer, Donald Franson, everybody. I guess Donald, I don't know. He was here all night. And ladies and gentlemen, this wonderful cast that Dan talked about. Ricky Tedesco. Just run out down front so everybody in the room can see you. Ricky Tedesco. as you see our donors, a lot of new faces are coming down the pipe, and you see the talent. It has been remarkable working with them to bring this story together. They come into the studio, Julie, every day with smiles and embracing, encouraging each other. But it was the team here that said that his passion, which I love in the studio, as you know, real artistic passion. Working with. We also have our resident music director, Mr. Matthew McKinnon. I'm so glad about the energy in this theater. You know, to bring something fresh off the wire is bold. And it can be very scary because, you know, we now have a real legitimate audience. And to bring something and throw it out and say, hey y'all, do y'all like this? And to sit in the theater and know that you have the respect of the Sarasota audience and that they really embrace it and they love it. Thank you so much. It's not a light thing. There are only so many stories in the Black theater canon. And so it is necessary for us to continue to tell important stories because we are all here to light up the world. And so as we saw at the end of the show, Ruby's story lit up Zora's life as Ruby will light up the world on Broadway and beyond.